Hey everybody, welcome back to Winter Dining Series at Home with Main Course. Tonight we are exploring New York City's 5 boroughs. If you are like us and you have this aching to go down to the city and explore some of the best restaurants and cuisines and things you can't really find up here, we're in the same boat. So, we miss going to New York, we miss exploring these different things and trying out new restaurants, seeing what all the rave is about. So we decided to bring it to you. So instead of going down and dealing with indoor and outdoor dining and things, you can enjoy it from the comfort of your own home tonight. So what we did, and I'll have Bruce introduce the concept behind tonight a little bit more, is we really focused on what the history and the current cuisines and cultures are of each borough, and we came up with twists on what we think are really fun originals and very popular dishes in each borough in New York City. So we hope you enjoyed tonight. If you're joining us for the first time, thank you so much. Hopefully you're enjoying with friends or family, and we hope that you pass it on and have a good experience. Pass this on to more friends you can enjoy with, whether you're Zooming with them, Skyping with them, FaceTiming, or sitting across the table. So hope you enjoy everything tonight. If you're joining us for a second, third, fourth, fifth, 25th time, we really, really greatly appreciate it, and glad that we can continue to bring this to you, even though it's in your own home this time. So I'm going to pass it over to Bruce to kind of introduce the ideas behind the night and where these food concepts came from, and then I'll be back with a cocktail demonstration and talk about the wine. See you in a second.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you once again for participating in our dining series. Today we are exploring the 5 boroughs of New York City. And as we did our research to figure out what menus we wanted to do, we realized that iconic foods of New York meant different things to different generations. My generation saw it as Sunday night, either deli takeout or possibly Chinese food or Italian food, and not very contemporary, more mainstream. So what we tried to do tonight is I tried to explore my past histories, where we did pastrami on Sunday nights, wink wink to Kathy Luciano. And what we want to do is kind of go through the different courses we did that we provided and kind of show you our recommendations for how you can plate this up. So as I developed the menu with my co-workers here, we were trying to figure out what foods meant to me and my generation growing up in Fresh Meadows, Queens. And what I did was I said, okay, when I was growing up, it was mostly Irish, Jewish, or Irish. But now it's mainly Chinese that's living in Flushing in that part of New York, which is why we came up with what we considered, a version of our Peking duck with a scallion pancake. That to me was what we did on Sunday nights. Either we took out from one of these different kinds of, ethnic foods, which was kind of fun for us. The second one we did was, deli. What was a hot dog, and how can you make a hot dog sound upscale? So what we did on this one was we made the hot dog out of lobster meat. So what's in the hot dog that you're eating, there is no meat, there is no gluten, it's all seafood. And the flavorings that we tried to achieve was through what we mimicked as a hot dog. The idea when I was growing up is that you put the mustard seed, caviar, you put the cerelac slaw, all of it went on top of the hot dog and you ate it in its entirety. And it was filling, it was yummy, but it was also something that was a comfort food to me back in the day. And we were trying to say, okay, what foods are iconic of Brooklyn? Some people say Brooklyn is Italian, some say it's Jewish, nowadays it's Russian. But we decided to go on this one, doing a little bit more on the Jewish side, our mock take on smoked fish and bagels and lox in the morning. So what we did was we made a knish. And then the knish that we rolled in a Futa brick with whipped potatoes, a little bit of cream cheese, and chives inside of it. We then hot smoked the salmon, which after being a light cure, we then smoked it and finished it in the oven. So for you at home, we're hoping that you won't heat it up for more than maybe a minute, but we'll go through all those procedures in a little while. The next one was, what do we think is Bronx? To me, Bronx is and always will be Arthur Avenue is something that stands out in my mind. And Arthur Avenue to me is Italian. And as much as I love the good old basics, I said, we want to do a different take on the chicken parm. And what we did here was we deconstructed it. We did everything in individual components. So you're going to see the initial thing is going to be a beautiful block of basically fried mozzarella, and that's in the first one. Then what we did was I made a tomato sauce. I made it into a gelée, which means that I thickened it with xanthan gum and with gellan. Gellan is a vegan option for thickening something, but it can be heated. So the idea is that you'll stack this together. So you're going to get the chicken, you're going to get the tomato, and you're going to get the cheese all separated out, which will give you an incredible texture and a lot of fun to play with. After that, we went on to what we consider what's an iconic dessert of New York. To me, it's got to be some form of an egg cream. An egg cream is something that was always special to me as something we got on special occasions. What we wanted to do is we wanted to take the same components, break it down, and put it into a vessel that you guys could enjoy it together with the addition of our homemade Pop Rocks that we made out of taking CO2, simple syrup, and carbon dioxide, and baking soda with chocolate, and you're going to hopefully sprinkle that on top. And when you eat it, you'll get all those great sensations that if you remember an egg cream that you would get out of it. So we will thank you again for participating. We're going to show you how we're going to plate this up. Hogan is going to talk to you about the wines and the cocktail for this evening. So I am going to pass it on to him, and we'll join you guys in a few moments.